What's going on, guys? It's your man Ed here, back for another episode of the Wholesaling Mastermind Podcast. Man, look, I'm up and about in this one, guys. We got a little bit of stuff to take care of today, so I'm going to be kind of moving around. I'll be in the car in a little bit, but we've got a lot of stuff to cover, man. Look, I had to take some time off. Had to take a little 2-week hiatus to kind of get my mind right, take care of some business and get some stuff done. Been hanging out with family, been, getting some new tats, you know what I'm saying? All types of stuff going on out here. So guys, I'm glad that y'all are still rocking and rolling with the channel, man. I always appreciate y'all support. We got a lot of things to get into, guys, because it's been a little while. We got some market shifts going on. It's a lot of different things that I want to touch base on. So let's not waste any time. Let's get right on into it.
Hey, coming down like precipitation. I ain't never met a...
As y'all see, I'm in the car wash right now. We're getting stuff done. But one of the first things that I wanted to cover was reminding you all to make sure, this is something that I know that a lot of people don't do, but it's definitely an opportunity for you all to be able to get a lot more leads coming through your system. Make sure that when you're using PropStream, go ahead and start pulling those LLCs as well. I know that a lot of people don't pull their LLCs. You'll just do individuals only, because most skip tracing companies will only allow you to skip trace for individuals only. Do yourself a favor, start getting these LLCs, and then you can use companies like Lead Sherpa and Batch Skip Tracing to go ahead and skip trace those LLCs. Treat yourself. Don't cheat yourself. There's going to be a ton of opportunities that you're probably missing out on right now because you're not actually targeting those LLCs. So I wanted to kind of bring that to you all. Make sure that y'all remember to go ahead and pull those LLCs. Like I said, PropStream and Versium and a lot of other companies that people use can only skip trace for individuals. So it's very, very important. Don't let those leads slip through the cracks. Very often, if you've got a list of 2,000 individuals, that total list, if you actually pulled the LLC owners along with it, will probably be 3,500 or something like that. So it's a lot of opportunities for you all. A lot of us are just basically missing out on money because we aren't targeting LLC. So make sure that y'all do that. That's one thing that I wanted to cover. Next thing I want to touch base on is going to be the crazy interest that you all have shown in my new REI reply automation program. Man, y'all went crazy. I've never put out a service that has gotten so much interest in so little time, y'all. So salute to y'all. It's a lot of y'all out there that obviously want to get y'all businesses rocking and rolling. Man, I've literally had to put the service on a wait list literally twice already because we ran out of spots. So we're only trying to take so many people at a time. I've been trying to bring on new staff members so we actually can help more of you all kind of get this stuff started up sooner than later. So guys, I'm gonna try to set up a link probably below this video to where you all can just sign up for the automation program. I'm going to open up some more spots and I'm going to make the process a lot easier. I'll probably make a little video kind of just talking about what you'll actually get, kind of basically taking that conversation that we would have had and just putting it into a video so you all will know exactly what you're going to be getting if you did decide to sign up for the REI reply automation program. Basically, we're going to get your entire business set up for you. We're going to set up the campaigns. We're going to set up some custom campaigns, some custom templates for you. We're going to set up all of our workflows and automations and triggers that we use inside of our business. We're going to install them into your account. It's over 50 different automations. So let's say, for instance, if someone is saying no, we'll automatically open up that message, put them into the not interested pipeline so you don't even see that lead. We're trying to automate as much of this stuff for you as possible. Obviously, it's an entire process. It's very labor intensive. It takes us hours to actually get all of this stuff set up for you. So we only take on so many clients at a time. But guys, go ahead, get set up, get your business rocking and rolling. For instance, with the yes automations, we set it up to where if someone's saying, I'm interested, make me an offer, send me an offer, we're going to automatically have you sent a text message that says someone wants an offer inside of REI reply. so you can kind of weed through the clutter a lot more easily, and a lot more effectively. Let's put it like that. Versus, you may get 60 to 100 responses in a day. So we want to kind of just automate the process, make it flow a lot smoother, so you can really just pay attention to the money, right? Not everybody is going to be saying yes. That's going to be the smallest percentage of people that's actually saying yes. Most people are going to be saying no, wrong number, F off, don't text me, things like that. Boom. So guys, thanks a lot. All right, so that's super important. Definitely check out that REI Reply automation program. It's live and in full effect. You guys went crazy, and I appreciate all of you all reaching out or whatever. We've had some really good conversations with you all recently. I've been actually chatting with you all. I'm the one that actually have these phone calls. You're not talking to or working with like a VA or anything like that. Like, you're actually be working with me personally. We'll be chatting about these things. We'll be going over everything and whatnot. So yeah, guys, use the link down below. Sign up for the REI Reply Automation Program. I tried to make it as affordable as I possibly can, but we deliver a ton of value in a very, very short period of time. Usually it takes us about 3 days on average to actually get you rocking and rolling. The worst case scenario would be about 7 days, but that hasn't happened to anybody yet. So we've been getting them in and out in about 3 days recently, guys. So definitely check out the automation program. Now, the next thing that I want to chat with you all about is sending me y'all deals, man. Go ahead and send me your deals. If y'all trying to JV with the wholesale coach, actually get out here, work with me personally to be able to close more of your deals, definitely shoot them our way, guys. I've got an email established. You can send your deals to deals@dealflowtoday.com. I'll probably put the text up on the screen so you can see it, and I'll probably have the email address down below in the description of this video as well. Definitely shoot me over your deals if you're trying to get them closed. If you need help, I would say do yourself a favor. Don't necessarily send them as soon as you get a property under contract. Do yourself a favor, shoot me over the property. Let's say if you got like 10 or 14 days left on a contract, I would be more than glad to help you try to get this deal through the rest of the pipeline. We'll send it out to we've got access to over 3.6 million and counting buyers all throughout America. So whether it's land, it's a mobile home, it's a multifamily, it's a hotel, whatever it may be, shoot it over to us at deals@dealflowtoday.com. I'll probably leave the actual criteria that we're going to need. There's a ton of different, not a ton, there's a decent amount of information that we're going to need about any properties that you shoot our way. But all of this information can be gotten from places like PropStream, basically. So you could pop in, send us over all of the information about the property, and then we'll go ahead and get those deals shot out to over 3.6 million buyers, no matter where your property is located. And we'll try to get this baby sold for you guys. Let's make some money. We're going into Q3 right now. Well, we're already in Q3 now, and we're going to be going into Q4. At the end of the year, not as many deals are closed. We've got all of the holidays that start coming in November. And then, December, it's a wash. I mean, it's so many different holidays in December that we've really got to get busy right now. Wholesaling is all about momentum. So if you want to start building up some momentum, definitely shoot us over your deals at deals@dealflowtoday.com. We'll be glad to help you all. All right, guys. So the next thing that I want to talk to y'all about, and this is a super important topic. Shout out to the Minority Mindset. I seen him make a video talking about this topic today, actually. And basically it kind of revolves around what's going on out here with this recession. So I think that is something that's super important for us to cover and address as wholesalers and investors as well, because it's a lot, guys. It's a lot. So it's a lot of things to consider right now when it comes to this, quote unquote bubble that we're in right now. Hopefully it's not too windy. Hopefully y'all can hear me, but there's a lot of things to consider when it comes to this little bubble that we're in right now. And basically what's happening is that the interest rates are starting to go up for investment properties, as well as not only the interest rates, but also inflation is going up. So everything is starting to cost more, and interest rates are going up, so people can afford less house right now. That's super important, right? So a lot of these small time investors that you've been rocking with for some time, maybe they've got 5 properties, a dozen, maybe a few dozen property, maybe just a couple. Those people may be in a situation where they're not going to be as liquid. They're not going to be able to purchase as many properties. So you all may start to actually see a slight decrease in how many deals you're able to do with the everyday average investor. Okay? You may actually need to be looking into hedge funds. You may actually need to be looking into big corporate buyers that buy hundreds or even thousands of properties a year right now, because a lot of people are going to be really, really tight on cash right now. That's actually that's my prediction, just based off some additional information that I've taken in since my last Wholesaling Mastermind podcast. Y'all know I've been out here getting educated, y'all. I'm always on it. All right, so that's something that I want y'all to think about and consider. You know, things may start getting a little bit tight out here, and we've got to be flexible enough to be able to switch strategies, change what we're doing, so we can keep getting out here and getting these deals. It's super, super important. All right. So before, in the past, guys, the real estate market is what kind of trickled down to make every other thing kind of go down. But this time it's basically everything else may cause the real estate market to plummet this time. So basically, because so much money was pumped into the markets, like during the stimulus time, everybody getting the PPP loans and stuff like that, it basically made everything cost more money. And since everything costs more, a lot of things are overpriced right now, such as real estate. In my opinion, real estate is supremely overpriced right now, which means that we're basically due for some type of correction really, really soon. But it doesn't happen extremely quickly in the real estate space. So, but what's basically happening is that because everything kind of went up, basically because the prices of everything has kind of gone up, that's caused some people to not be able to afford things. Basically, a lot of people, you know, they had that FOMO, that fear of missing out. So a lot of people were basically charging things to the game. They saw everything going up, you know, people doing this, people doing that. They like, look, I don't want to miss out. Let me go ahead and charge it to the game and go ahead and start up, you know, XYZ, whatever that may be, right? So, but now people are going to have to pay back that debt. Think about the money, the loans, that, you know, the credit that people have used recently, expecting for everything to just keep going up in the market. Well, that's not going to be happening. Things are going to be dropping, and people firsthand are going to have to pay back that debt. Now, once they pay back that debt, now they'll have some additional capital, but while they're paying back that debt, they're not going to be spending money with businesses and things like that, or maybe not able to pay other bills. So since we've seen a ton of corporate buyers get into the space, this may actually have a negative impact on not only the real estate market, but the stock market as well. So say, for instance, if these investors that have been buying up all of these properties, y'all know y'all been seeing out here, you got hedge funds, you got corporate entities out here buying up properties. If that's the case, if they start to sell their real estate to actually get liquid, then that could start to cause a lot of ripple effects. Let's just put it like that. If they have to be able to pay off their debts, because they took on debt to purchase these properties, and then those loans end up getting sold to other people, so on and so forth. It's kind of like a trickle down effect, basically. So if you see these big corporate entities start selling off their assets, that may be the time that you might want to start getting worried. Basically, it's just going to make it more of a buyer's market. However, the buyers ain't going to have no bread, because they're going to be able to afford less house. It's a lot of little things going on right now, and I'm kind of just talking it out loud. I want y'all to try to piece it together yourselves or whatever, but I hope that this stuff makes sense. Your everyday buyer is going to have less money to spend on properties. Your corporate buyers may have to start selling off assets to actually be able to pay off debt. During the time where everybody was getting all of this money, everybody was spending, everybody was blowing through bags, everybody was running up their credit. And now we're in a situation where they're going to have to take some time to be able to pay off that debt. They're going to have to take time to get that credit back down, like how much they owe back down, so they can keep that credit going up. So it's a lot of things to think about, y'all, but I just wanted to kind of bring this to you all's attention, because we're basically right at the precipice of this recession. We literally just hit Q3, and that's the next thing that I actually want to chat with y'all about. Look, It's Q3, y'all. It's really, really time to get out here and turn up. We can't waste any time. We can't be playing around, finagling, stuff like that or whatever, because right now is the most important time of the year. Wholesaling is all about momentum. I mentioned this earlier, but it's super, super important. As Q4 comes around, there's way less opportunities. We have to do everything that we can right now to maximize Q3 so Q4 actually can be looking pretty decent for us. There's no guarantees that it's actually going to look decent if we're not actually putting in work. So make sure that every day you're actively out here talking to people, you're making things happen, you're making connections, you're actually trying to build your business. Don't be complacent. Don't sit back and look up and, damn, what happened to my opportunities? Because that's what a lot of people do. And then you'll look up in December and you have nothing. You have nothing in the pipeline. You have nothing working for you. And you're wondering, man, does this stuff even work? Well, a lot of people ask that question when they're not out here putting in work. You got to make sure that you're dominating Q3. Try to have as many conversations as possible. Try to actually establish as many deals as possible. Talk to these sellers. Some people may not want to sell right now, but look, Christmas time comes around and now they look like, damn, I want to get liquid. I need some cash. Let me go ahead and sell off that one investment property that we're not using right now. Boom. Like, you got to be having these conversations now, though. It's super, super important. Momentum is the name of the game. All right, guys. So we just got a couple more things to cover, and I'm going to go ahead and let y'all get up out of here. I know y'all probably got some other stuff to do. First things first, guys, look into InvestorLift, man. Y'all have heard me talk about it many, many times on this channel. InvestorLift is one of the hottest dispo softwares in America, guys. And like I just told y'all, you are gonna need buyers right now, man. I cannot stress this enough. I genuinely mean that, guys. Don't put yourself in a situation where your everyday buyer, the people that you've been going back to for the longest, they no longer got the bread. Don't wait until it happens. This has happened to me before, where like the people that I was working with, they no longer had the bread. And it was just like the everyday averaging buyer. They were building up their portfolio, but then their lenders started getting more strict. You need to have excess, ample buyers right now, because we're going to be going into a buyer's market, but not every buyer is going to be liquid, right? So we need to know the people that we're working with are going to have the bag when it's time. So like, I don't know if y'all know, but basically InvestorLift is one of the hottest dispo softwares in America. It gives you access to over 3.6 million and counting buyers all throughout America, whether they're hedge fund buyers, multifamily buyers, land buyers. You've got options. No matter where you are in America, you're gonna be solid if you've got a system like InvestorLift, guys. And make sure that y'all check out the little code down below. You can use my code Wholesale Coach VIP to get $500, over $500 off your order over at InvestorLift. It is pretty pricey, but it's worth it. This is why people are signing up for it. Definitely check it out. Treat yourself. Don't cheat yourself. And then lastly, guys, in today's podcast, the last thing I want to talk about is your skip tracing service, guys. A lot of people, I haven't talked about it in quite some time, but a lot of people, I realize, are still paying PropStream 12 cents per skip, man. Look, y'all know I love PropStream. I rock with them super, super heavy, but I'm not paying no damn 12 cents a lead for skip tracing. That's highway robbery. I'm gonna keep it an ultra buck with y'all.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here.
Even if y'all using like Batch and Lead Sherpa, that 15 cents is right in y'all pockets. I genuinely mean that. Right now, you're getting played, guys. Like, you're paying more for the same data. I personally use a company called Versium REACH. Y'all have heard me talk about this on the channel in the past. Versium REACH, it gets the job done. And for the cost of $300 a month, you're gonna get 15,000 skip traces. A lot of you all are still operating inside of PropStream, or maybe you're getting them skipped inside of Flipster. Like I said, I rock with these companies. These my guys out here. But that price is going to be cost prohibitive for a lot of you all. So if you want to get the best price in the nation, in the nation for skip tracing, check out Versium REACH. There is a catch though. They only let you sign up for the year. Some bad apples have burned it for the rest of us. So some people, came to Versium or whatever and signed up for a year at $300 a month and then stopped paying them that $300. So they made it so you have to pay for the whole year. It's $3,600, guys. But I used to literally spend thousands of dollars a month on skip tracing. If you're at 12 cents per lead, if you're trying to skip trace an entire 10,000 leads that you can pull from like a PropStream or a Flipster, that's going to cost you $1,200 a month. So why not just get a year's worth of skip traces for literally the price of 3 months of what you're doing right now. Volume is key. How many people you're actually contacting is one of the biggest game changers out here. Why not get, if it's 2 cents versus 12 cents, guys, that's a massive difference. I can contact 6 times more people for literally a fraction of the cost. Okay, so treat yourself. Don't cheat yourself. Once again, guys, I haven't talked about Versium in quite some time, so I wanted to bring it back in this podcast because a lot of the people that I've been talking to, whether it's for coaching, for the REI Reply automation program, a lot of y'all are using PropStream and these extra expensive skip tracing platforms. Don't do yourself in, guys. You'll probably, if you're paying that much, you're probably only contacting 1,000 or 2 people, wondering why you're not getting deals, wondering why you're not winning out here, wondering why you're not crushing it. Do yourself a favor, grab Versium REACH, and also if you're using text, they actually allow you to be able to skip trace for just mobile phone numbers. So you don't have to be bogged down with, okay, I've got landlines right here, I've got mobile lines over here. No, you'll just have your mobile phone numbers and you can get busy. You can get rocking and rolling out here, guys. So treat yourself. Don't cheat yourself. All right, y'all. Before I wrap this up, is one more thing that I've been thinking of lately and been having conversations about, and that's, we really need to start thinking a lot more practically about these deals out here. I think a lot of people get way too caught up in formulas, equations, and trying to be perfect when it comes to like running numbers and analyzing deals and talking to people and stuff like that. I think if you really kind of just forget some of the stuff that you've learned, guys. I think a lot of us really kind of just need to take a step back and really just think practically instead of thinking super, super hard about, is this deal going to make sense? Like, think about it as a buyer. We really need to start getting into the mindset of thinking about these deals as buyers. Start thinking more practically. If you were going to buy something, does it make sense? Like, would I want to buy this $200,000 house and then only get like $20,000 off of it? Probably not, right? You need to really kind of put yourself in a buyer's seat. Understand what it takes for a buyer to purchase one of these properties. You need to go through that process yourself. That could be one of the most beneficial things that you can do for your business. Coming up here real soon, I think that a lot of us really need to be thinking like that. How can I put myself in the buyer's seat so I actually understand it from a buyer's perspective? Because that's what a lot of wholesalers don't really get, but the ones that do tend to get some of the best results. And when you understand it practically, where you're like, okay, if I can get 80% financing, then I got to come to the table with 20% of the purchase price. I got to pay some closing costs. They may charge me like a point or two of interest or something like that. Like, you got to be thinking about it. And you got to find these resources and you've got to be able to piece these deals together yourself. If you can figure out the math and it makes sense for you, chances are it's going to make sense for a buyer. You just have to actually understand it enough to where if you were going to purchase it, you would understand the fundamentals, if it would actually make sense for you. So guys, get out of the equations, especially right now with what's going on in the market. You got to get outside of these equations and really start to think practically. It's not always going to be 70% of the ARV minus the repairs minus your assignment fee. It's not always going to be that. So trying to think practically about it. A lot of people really have a hard time figuring out their numbers. One thing that you can do that's really, really quick, instead of really racking your mind over this stuff, when you go to PropStream or you go to your other comps services, just try to find out what the range of that market is. This is what properties are selling for on the lowest end of the scale. This is what properties are selling for on the highest end of the scale. Now, where does my property fit in within those ranges, basically? And that's a lot simpler than thinking like, it's got to be this and that and da-da-da. And a lot of people are kind of all over the place. And that's one of the biggest complaints that a lot of people have about wholesalers, is that they don't know their numbers. They're kind of just all over the place. So I say, like, get a range, right? That's one thing that you could do that's kind of simple as well. And then you can also go to sites like, Zillow, Trulia, Redfin, and Realtor.com. Go to those 4 sites, take the average estimate from those 4 sites and compare those as well. And then, PropStream also has a neighbors tab and a flip comps tab as well. It's right next to your comparables. So it's very important to actually understand the tools that you have and try not to think too hard about this stuff. Try to get in, try to get out. If you're having a hard time figuring it out, reach out to an agent in the area that may have information about how much properties are selling for. They can give you a lot of insight into what's going on in that area. Obviously, you know, they're going to be looking for more business and stuff like that. You may want to buy some. You may want to double close some. You may need an agent to represent you to help you out. Whatever it may be, guys, definitely make sure that you're trying out different stuff. Let's put it like that. Don't stay within these boxes. Really kind of try to be as flexible as possible when it comes to what is this property worth? What should I be offering for it? Get outside of the equations a little bit. Not every single thing is going to fit within an equation, but really take your time. Don't take too much time. I guess that's the points that I'm trying to make. Don't take too much time trying to figure all of this stuff out, thinking that you're somehow going to be perfect. If you ask somebody what the ARV of a property is, you're probably going to get 5 different answers. But it's usually like a general consensus on a general range, right? So don't think too hard. Just think about it if you were the buyer, and put yourself in position to actually become the buyer. Start talking to lenders and stuff like that. Even if you don't have the money right now, figure out what it would actually cost for somebody to actually be able to take on one of these properties. YouTube is a great resource. Check out YouTube University like you're on right now, and actually figure out what the real life numbers are. So it's going to make you a lot more confident when you're coming up with your numbers. As they say, your competence is your confidence. All right, so take some time out, get educated out here. All right, man, like I said, I'm gonna get y'all in and out in this video, man. I think that's about it. Make sure that y'all hit that like button for me. Drop me a comment down below if you found this podcast helpful, or if you got any questions, comments, concerns, drop them down below. I try to respond to all of the comments that I get on my channel, so definitely reach out. Let me know what's going on. Also, guys, y'all can schedule a paid strategy session with me with the link down below. If you want to chat, pick my brain, ask some questions, figure out what I know about wholesaling, how I can help you actually build out your business, definitely schedule a strategy session. It's 90 minutes and it's like $100, at least right now at the time of recording this. So definitely check it out. Do yourself a favor. Let's chat. I love talking to you guys, man. I've been having a lot of these strategy sessions lately, and they're some of the best services that I have. I genuinely mean that. And it's the lowest cost option to actually be able to work with your boy. To be able to pick my brain, you'll actually be talking to me. It's not some VA in the Philippines or something like that or whatever. You can actually hop on the phone with the man himself. Let's have a chat. Let's chat it up. Also, if you're looking for a coach, I do have a coaching program. That's why they call me the wholesale coach, right? Definitely use the link down below to schedule an introductory call where you can chat with me personally. We could talk about the coaching program, how it operates, and how I can help you get out here, get busy, and start closing some deals once and for all. Or if you're already closing deals, let's talk about how you can get out here and start to scale the business to higher heights. I want to help y'all get to this bag, y'all. I got y'all. So whether it's a paid strategy session, whether it's the actual coaching program, or you can go ahead and grab my Wholesaler University course if you just want to learn from the comfort of home. Definitely check out those options. They're all going to be linked down below. But I love y'all as always, man. I will see y'all in the next one. Till next time, we are out.